So I'm going to put up this cool screen that I have that says starting soon, even though I'm kind of already started. Oh, shoot. Well, there goes that. Okay, I just clicked the wrong button, and that means that Instagram is gone for this session. I don't know how that happened. Oh, wait. No. I don't know what happened. I clicked the wrong button. Okay, so much for Instagram. I'm not going live on Instagram. All right. There. Okay, well, I had these headphones on because I wanted to make sure that the sound was working because I had a problem the other day. Actually, those are brand new headphones. My old headphones broke, so I had to get these new ones, and I really like those. Okay, let me get all my windows straightened out. Okay, I'm officially, I think, now live. And I'm going to do original songs for you. If I didn't say that already, I probably should have been the first thing I said, is that I'm doing original songs for you. Hey, I see people are joining and the names are flashing off the screen so fast I can't see them. Andy, how are you? Good to see you. Ralph, Rory, Rosa, hi, how are you? Jonah, Cam, welcome. Welcome, Maddie. Maddie, how are you? Daniel, thank you. Thank you for the like. So, I have a new song out, and I probably should start with that. Because it's new, and I like it, and I hope you like it too. This song was inspired. I actually took a tour of Europe like 50 years ago. Hey, Maddie, it's going okay. I'm all excited. Hey, Lydia, how are you? I'm all excited to do my new song for you. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Lydia. So you ready to hear my new song? As I was saying, it was inspired. I actually took, 50 years ago, I took a tour of Europe, and I saw all the famous art museums. Not all of them, I guess, but the most famous ones. And, oh, thank you, France. Yes, speaking of France, I was in France, I saw the Louvre. And of all the artists, I saw all the great artists, and the one that really blew me away more than anyone was Rembrandt. And he just had this magic that he does with light, and he's famous for that. But seeing it, just seeing it in person, I mean, you can see it if you call up an image of some of his, like the Night Watches, his most famous painting. That one and several others. If you call them up online, you can see images of them and you can get an idea. But it's not the same as when you're standing there in front of the painting, and he has the light. It's almost like it's surreal. It's like, I don't know what the word is. It's like electrified. And so I was just thinking of Rembrandt, and I just kind of, at the same time, I don't know where those ideas come from, but I was thinking of a couple sitting out under the stars, and there's this star shining on them as if, with the light, like it was a Rembrandt painting. So I wrote this song. All the greatest paintings ever made would pale next to your angel face. You're heaven's greatest work of art, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. A night sky brushed with a silvery glow. You and me on a blanket below. I marvel at how beautiful you are, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. If I never see the moon again, if tomorrow never comes, I'll be fulfilled, I'll be content, 'cause you've taught me what it means to love. I'm the happiest man in all of creation. These moments with you are a revelation. I could gaze. Wait a second. I can't. I forgot the words. The happiest man in all of creation. These moments with you are a revelation. As I look through the window to your heart, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. The morning's gonna come again. The sun is gonna rise. This picture-perfect night will end. But this love of ours will never die. I take your hand and I kiss your lips. Your very presence is a gift. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. With the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. Thank you so much. Now, thank you. Let's see. All the comments. Nails by Lily. Lydia, thank you so much. Camillo, thank you so much. I appreciate the nice comments. And Khaleesi, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nails. Well, share the live. Please share the live, Nails and everybody else, and we can get more viewers. I don't understand the TikTok algorithm. Let's see. Diego, hey, how are you? Thanks. Maddie Lee. Maddie. Thank you, Camilo. I love you too. Thank you, Tanner, for sharing the live. Thank you, Maddie, for the heart. Thank you, Camilo. Thank you, Nails. Nails by Lily. So I guess your name is Lily. Thank you, Meow. Thank you, Daniel. Dreaming. I don't know dreaming. I'm here. I like to do my original songs. I can do some covers, but I actually don't know that many because I'm mostly, just doing my songs. But if it's a song I know, thank you, Lily. Thank you for the follow, Theo. Is that Theo? Thank Fico. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Tanner, for the share. Hey, Angelina. I just did my brand new my single. Diego, thank you so much for the roses. 27 roses. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Thank you for the follow, Maddie. Thank you, Lily and Tanner, for the share and for the nice comments. Let's see. Thank you again, Tanner, for the shares. Thank you, Lily. I really appreciate the comments. Thank you, Phoenix, for the like. And please follow me if you're not following me already. Let's see. I have a whole bunch of songs I can do. I do have a couple of Grateful Dead covers. I can't believe I forgot to post my TikTok, my video before I went live. I had a video all ready to post. They say that the way the algorithm works is you should post a video and then go live. And I forgot to post the video. So I guess I'm going to post it tomorrow night. I don't understand nobody knows the TikTok algorithm. It's a mystery. But, I'm kind of in this, what they call the 200 view jail. And then suddenly, like a week or so ago, I got up to 13,000 views on a couple of videos. And now I'm back to 200. So go figure. But as long as you're here for the live, that's what counts. Thanks. Yes, Kennedy, I will sing some of my songs. Yeah, I know. I thought, wow, I'm going viral. Now I'm really picking up steam. And then just, I don't know, I had a couple of these, I've been telling my backstory and, on my music career. And I kind of realized, I need some backstory. So I started telling these stories about summer camp. And it got into this thing about how basketball, playing sports and basketball, I at the age where I was trying to first learn guitar lessons, I kind of didn't practice and I was really into sports. Then I realized, sports actually ended up affecting my music. So I had all this backstory with summer camp. And I had these stories about this jump shot. I used to have for a while, I had a really great jump shot in basketball. And that had a big effect on, some of my summers. And so I don't know, the fact that I was talking about basketball, I had a basketball hashtag in there. That might have attracted a bunch of people, but I don't know. We're done with the basketball stories. So I just told a story. I just made a video. So because of my jump shot, I ended up making these really great friends at summer camp. And the video I just made but forgot to upload talks about after camp, my friends invited me to a concert on Long Island. It was the Grateful Dead. And I had heard from one other person that, the Grateful Dead were the best in concert. I didn't know anything about them. But, I was going to go anyway because I wanted to see my friends. But they invited me to this Dead concert, and it just totally changed my life. Thank you, Michael. Oh, thank you, Diego, for I don't know what that's a chili pepper, it looks like. And thank you for the ice cream cone, Diego. I really appreciate you guys sending me gifts and everything. I love the fact that you're supporting me that way. And so anyway, that's the one I posted. So I do have a couple of Grateful Dead covers I can do, but I still would rather do my songs because I wrote them, and that's what I do. I spent decades just practicing the craft of songwriting. I was trying to make it a career as actually a songwriter writing songs for other artists. And that's a whole nother story. Okay, here's a song that I want to do. A child's birthday is a party with their friends. Mine feels like a countdown to the end. I look back on the distance I have come. There are doors I still want to open up. My body's past its prime, but mostly working fine, and I've still got time to hunt treasure. It's easy to believe that I'm too old to dream, but I'm young enough to know better. The clock is ticking till the day it's not. While I'm ticking, I'll give it all I've got. My plans maybe aren't meant to be, but a ray of hope is just enough for me. My body's past its prime, but mostly working fine, and I've still got time to hunt treasure. It's easy to believe that I'm too old to dream, but I'm young enough to know better. When all is done and I'm laid to rest, I'll be at peace if I've done my best. I'm on a quest. My body's past its prime, but mostly working fine, and I've still got time to hunt treasure. It's easy to believe that I'm too old to dream, but I'm young enough to know better. It's easy to believe that I'm too old to dream, but I'm young enough to know better. I'm young enough to know better. I'm young enough to know better. Thanks, Camilo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Des. Thank you for the nice comment, Max and Scotland. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you, Sean, for the rose. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the follow, Berkeley. Thank you, Jasmine. Nicole, thank you so much for the follows. Bella, thank you for 5 roses. Thank you so much. Okay, well, thanks for being here, Nicole. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again. So, thank you, Scotland Jane, for the follow. Hello, Florida. So, that's one of the songs I decided, there's a line in that song that I really feel like on its own, it's a good message so it's a ray of hope is just enough for me. So I made like t-shirts and coffee mugs and all sorts of things. I have several songs like that. I took lines from songs and made merch out of them. And that's one of them. So, you can find those on my website. And you can find my website and all my Spotify's and social medias and all that. And there's a link in my bio. So go to that and that'll take you to all my other links. Oh, thank you, Maddie, for the 16 roses. Oh, and Bella, thank you for the heart, the finger heart, I think that's called. 5 of them. Wow, that's awesome. I have 50 views. Oh, cool. That's amazing. And I'm also, let's see. All right. I am on Spotify, so you can just search me on Spotify, Seth Hillary Jackson, with 1 L, because I'm not Hillary Clinton, but I am hilarious. And you can go to the link in my bio, and that'll take you to my website, my Spotify, my YouTube, and all my socials, etc. Diego, thank you so much for the 4 roses. Okay, thank you, Maddie. And if you can also hear my music on my website, and you can also sign up for my mailing list, and you'll be the first one to get all the news. And sometimes I even give away like free music and stuff, and discounts on my merch occasionally. I don't push my merch that much. I probably should, But I just did. I just told you about my merch with lines of my songs, and let's see. Let me play another song that here's one that I turned into some merch. All right, this song. Oh, thank you so much, Maddie. I'm so glad you added me on Spotify. I'm not getting that many Spotify listens either. Thank you, Diego. I really am so glad to hear that. So here's a song that, if you've heard me before, you've heard this story, so I won't tell it again. But of course, a lot of you probably haven't heard it yet. But the soldiers and the missiles, the rubble of the buildings, the ever-growing toll of death. I can't fathom all the killing. I sit in my comfortable living room, thousands of miles away, trying to come up with something deep and important to say. But the evils of war have been covered before. I've got no new world-changing thoughts to unleash. So all I can do is hope I'll break through with one more song about peace. A song won't stop an army. I can't undo the bombing. But if I can touch a single heart, at least that would be something. So I'll send this one simple message out to anyone I can. Shouldn't be a whole lot to ask for. Just be kind to your fellow man. The evils of war have been covered before. I've got no new world-changing thoughts to preach. So all I can do is hope I'll break through with one more song about peace. Here comes the line. I picture a time when armies and guns are replaced by cooperation. Here it is. 'Cause every impossible dream come true starts with the imagination. The evils of war have been covered before. I've got no new world-changing thoughts to teach. So all I can do is hope I'll break through with one more song about peace. All I can do is hope I'll break through with one more song about peace. So here's one more song about peace. Thank you, Des. I wish everybody would hear it. But you know, as I said, I get the message out to anyone I can. So thank you for all those hearts, Camillo. Thank you, 3 muses. Thank you, Maggie Lee, for the nice comments. Maggie, not Maggie Lee. Maggie. Thank you, Kylie. Oh, so long. Thank you, Camillo. I'm so glad you like it. Well, Des, you know, that was what that other song was about, you know. I haven't made my dream come true yet, but I'm not giving up. Thank you so much, Diego, for the 5 more roses. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Vernica. Thank you for the nice comment. I'm glad you liked my singing. You know, it took me a long time to be okay singing. I had people used to discourage me. Oh, Diego, thank you for that heart. You know, I actually, okay, good night, Des. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. So, I actually took 2 voice lessons, and they made a huge difference. Just 2. And they made a really big difference. Okay. I don't know how much longer I can go. You know, you all, if you've been with me, you know about my chronic fatigue. You know, I have to, well, I'm going to maybe tantalize you. I have a brand new song that I've been working on. And I really think I hope this song will go viral. I think it has a shot. Actually, I played it for this songwriting group I have the other day, and the comment was, "Hey, that's going to go viral." But I'm not ready to play it yet. I think I should like make a video of it and then post it, then play it on a live. Hey, Madison, how are you? Thank you for the heart emojis. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Oh, okay, let's do this song. Let's do a nice up-tempo. This is a love song, but it was written sort of as a sequel to this other song that was like a dark song of, you know, regret. And I wrote this as a follow-up. And this is not like one of these ride off into the sunset love songs. I wrote it to be like something that, a promise that can be actually kept. I said a lot of things I shouldn't. I guess I took more than I gave. Things you asked me to, I wouldn't. I really hate who I became. Still, you kept the faith in who I always was. Now I'll give it all I've got to really earn your love. I wanna make you happy as it's possible to be. 'Cause baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is I wanna make you happy. It could be fighting off some disaster, or just saving you a trip to the store, or a neck rub so you'll feel pampered, or some togetherness behind closed doors. Anything to bring your world a little light. Every day until the day I bid this world goodbye. I wanna make you happy as it's possible to be. 'Cause baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is I wanna make you happy. I can't promise roses 24/7 or an endless spade of blissful heaven, but even on the worst of days, you'll know I'm with you all the way. I wanna make you happy as it's possible to be. 'Cause baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is I wanna make you happy. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's happy. I wanna make you happy. Thank you so much, Camilo. Good night. Lily, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Cotton Candy Heart, for the follow. Thank you, Lilani. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I really hate mispronouncing people's names, but thank you so much for the comment. Thank you, Brooke, for the applause. Okay. Oh, you know, I did a live the other night, and TikTok, disconnected me. I guess it flashed up this message, which I didn't notice, saying, we've detected a lack of activity. Like, what kind of activity? I was using their TikTok Studio desktop app, which there's really no way for me to interact with it. So it detected this inactivity, and then just suddenly in the middle of the thing disconnected me. What's my favorite song to play? I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, Zoe, for the follow. I'm not sure I have one favorite, but there is one that I wrote this such a long time ago, and it always seems to. It's fun to play, and I've played the song out at open mics. And then I've been invited to play showcases. Oh, thank you, Diego. 3 more roses, so much. And then I get invited to play showcases. Oh, my phone is ringing, and it looks like spam. And I've been invited, and people come up to me after this song a lot. So I'm going to play this. This is on my album that I made I released it in 2016. And it's a real situation about a real person, and the person's name is in the song. If this would probably be the encore, this song, or it would be the show closer, but I'm going to play it. I don't know if this is my actual closer or not. Try to picture her. Her hair like a veil of gold. There aren't any words. Her face like a tale untold. There's a hunger we share, and she gives me a stare with eyes that could melt the cold. I can see paradise, but her flames turn to ice. She locks up her soul. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, a vision in the night. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, you are the morning light. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, I've got you in my sight, but I cannot take you, cannot break you, cannot shake you, and I can't stand back no more. Try to picture her. Her heart wears a coat of steel. Woman of the world. A mask that can seem so real. I can see in her eyes, underneath her disguise, the fear of a lonely child. Afraid of a part, deep down in her heart, that wants to run wild. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, you're crying deep inside. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, and so you run and hide. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, together we could fly, but I cannot find you, cannot bind you, can't unwind you, and I can't stand back no more. Many years ago, they taught you to be oh so strong. You built a wall of stone, and you fought your pain alone too long. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, why don't you take my hand? Gabrielle, Gabrielle, I'm the one who understands. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, your wish is my command, but you won't receive me, won't believe me, won't deceive me, and I can't stand back no more. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, old echoes from the dark. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, still tearing you apart. Gabrielle, Gabrielle, it's not too late to start, but I cannot bend you, cannot mend you, can't defend you, and I can't stand back no more. I cannot find you, cannot bind you, can't unwind you, and I can't stand back no more. I cannot take you, cannot break you, cannot shake you, and I can't stand back no more. Hey, Bradford, how are you? Okay, let me just... Oh, thank you, Just Angel, for the follow. Thank you, Emily, for the follow, and Addie. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, Camilo. Thank you so much for the share user. And thank you, Soul Dad, for the rose. Thank you, Luke, for the nice comment. Thank you, Louise. So, oh, thank you, Morgan, for the follow. And please share the live if you haven't already, or even if you have. I guess you can share it more than once. So I have a request. Bradford, if you're still there. This is also from that album. Now, unlike all the other songs I've played so far, this one was co-written. So all the songs you've heard before, you know, when I was writing songs, I was going to Nashville a lot, and you know, most of the songs you hear on the radio are co-written. So, you know, you play a song and people would say, oh, who'd you write that with? and you'd say it. And every once in a while, there'd be a song that you wrote by yourself, and you'd kind of boast, oh, well, that's a solo write. Because then that shows, wow, you did the whole thing yourself. So all the songs you heard up till now are solo writes. This one was a co-write. And I actually wrote it with somebody who was a very successful songwriter who had like a bunch of #1 hits on the chart. You light up any room. You shine, that's just what you do. Such a wonder to behold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. I wanna hold you all my life. Gaze into those two glittering eyes. See the beauty in your soul. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless. Like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond. I'll be your band of gold. When 10,000 years have passed, this love of ours is always gonna last. Still burning bright when the sun's gone cold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless. Like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond. I'll be your band of gold. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless. Like this ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond. I'll be your band of gold. You're a diamond. Let me be your band of gold. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Hey, Evan and Emiliano. Good to see you here, and thank you so much for the roses. And thank you so much, Isabel, for the nice comment. Thanks, Hannah. I appreciate the nice comments. Hey, Bradford, no problem. It's such an honor to get a request for one of my own songs, you know. Thank you, Sam, for the like. So I mentioned TikTok cut me off the other day. I was in the middle of doing this song that, so you know that song I did before, Gabrielle, that was about a real person, and you know the situation was really messed up. And almost immediately after that, like the very next month, I met my wife. And it was a really kind of unlikely meeting. We were both thousands of miles from our respective homes. And, you know, we went through some times where we didn't think we were going to make it. But, you know, our kids, we raised a family. we've been together for such a long time. We raised a family, and our kids went off to college, and then they graduated, and it's like all that we've been through. And I was just looking around and thinking, well, and here we are. So that became the song. Even though we came from such different worlds, at that one single time and place on earth, there we were. Now somehow, when so many years have flown, look around at this place that we call home. Here we are, day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Through those times when it all seemed way too much, and it felt like both of us had enough, still here we are. Cry or laugh at the things we did back then, still it all comes down to this in the end. Here we are, day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Here we are. Of all places we both could be, here we are. Thank you so much, Emiliano. You know what my favorite line in that song is? I mean, I actually had a hard time writing that song. I had to throw it out. Like, I wrote a version of it, and it's like, this sucks, and I threw it out, and I wrote another version, and it's like, this is no good. I guess once I finally figured out how to start it, but the line that I really made the song for me was page after calendar page, day after day after day, page after calendar page. To me, that line just like really brings it home for me. I hope you like that line too. Okay, I think it's time for a sad song, because I have not done a sad song. But what I like about this sad song is that thank you for the share, user. Thank you, Camilo. So, this song is sad, but in the most positive way possible, which might sound silly, but I think you'll understand what I mean after I play this. We've both been busy these days, haven't had much to say. Neither one of us seems to mind it that way. We don't go out anymore. We never touch anymore. We both seem to have one foot out the door. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. There's no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. No way to work it all out. Nothing to argue about. We both want different things. There's just no common ground. You know, we had a good run. We just ran out of sun. I'm always gonna smile when I look back on us. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. There's no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. I am who I am. You are who you are. It's nobody's fault. We just grew apart. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. There's no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. We're just two people headed in opposite directions. Opposite directions. Opposite directions. Thank you, Emma. I'm glad if it made your day, that makes my day, knowing that. Thank you, Allie. I'm glad I'm providing something. Oh, thank you, Camilo. Best song ever. Wow. Hey, Des, you're back. Thank you, and thanks for the share. Thank you for the follow, Karina. I want to keep going, only getting tired, and you know, I have this chronic fatigue thing, and I'm trying to do more lives these days. You know, it's a delicate balance because there's something called post-exertional malaise, and if I overdo it, and which I may have already done, the fatigue gets worse, but I don't know it until like the day after. So, and I'd love to keep going, but maybe I have to end this live. Okay, maybe I'll take a break. I should just like take a nap. I'll put on the intermission side. I have an intermission screen. I can lie down for a few minutes and come back, but I don't know if you all want to hang around that long. Your mom has that? Does she have long COVID? That's where I got it from. A sleep stream. You know, I thought about like just doing a live, like I'm lying in the bed and just putting on the camera, and it's like, does anybody want to see me lying in the bed? Just, I don't know. Yeah, well, I am kind of getting tired though. Oh, thank you, you know, I really appreciate all the roses and the ice cream cones and the, you know, hearts and all those things. Do they? They do lives with them sleeping? I don't know. I don't want to drive my audience away. I thought, you know, I could just go live anytime. Like when I'm eating breakfast, I could go live. But does anybody want to see me eating breakfast? could be taking a walk and go live. You want to see me eating breakfast? I don't know. My breakfast is not that interesting. I have the same thing almost every day. I have cereal and then eggs and fruit. Why would anybody want to watch a live of somebody sleeping? Yeah, I try to eat a healthy breakfast, but I try to eat healthy in general, but this week has been bad because my wife's been sick. She has COVID now. She avoided it for 4 years. And so we've both been on our own for these days. We're trying to like stay apart because I don't want to get COVID again. The last thing I want to do is get reinfected and have this chronic fatigue get even worse. Thank you, Camilo. But I don't know. Ask me a question. I'll see if I can answer it. Don't ask me what the lottery number is going to be or what the stock market's going to do. I can't answer those kind of questions. Thank you, Lindsay, for the like. Well, I do my originals. I have not rehearsed any covers in a long time, although I do have a few Grateful Dead covers that I've been practicing. Good night, Karina. Where am I from? I'm in New Jersey, North Jersey. I lived in California for almost 30 years. That's where I met my wife. And, I went out there to make it as a songwriter. At the time I was not thinking of being a performer. Oh, thank you for the roses, Tal. I was not thinking of being a performer, so I thought, I'll go where the music business is, and that was Los Angeles. And actually, thank you, Tal, and thank you for the, what is that, a dinosaur, Dino, I guess. So I thought, I want to be a songwriter. But I didn't really know that much about songwriting and the music business or anything. And I barely played guitar. I knew some basic chords, and I'd written a few songs, and people were really loving my songs, though. I had the second song I ever wrote actually got played on the radio. But I was playing my songs at parties, and people were loving them. And are you in Los Angeles? That's where you got to be an actor, right? I guess you could be in New York, but so I thought, if I'm going to be a songwriter, I got to learn about it. I got to find a school. So I went to the library and I looked it up, and I found a music school in Los Angeles called the Grove School of Music. There are actually two schools. One was called Musicians Institute, and the other was the Grove School. But the Grove School had an actual songwriting major, and you could go part-time. Musicians Institute, you had to enroll full-time, and I wasn't ready to do that. And they didn't have the songwriting major. Turns out, Musicians Institute, MI, I think it's still there. Last time I checked it was, but Grove School shut down just after I finished. It was during a recession, and the school, just couldn't keep the doors open. Then the founder, Dick Grove, opened a remote school, the School Without Walls, which I guess still exists. Apparently it's kind of expensive to take the classes, but a lot of people do, apparently. A sad story. Oh, thank you, Brooklyn, for the share. I don't have a favorite. It's really hard to pick a favorite of anything, really. Let's see, what the movie that I probably saw more than, the movie I saw more than any other movie has to be The Little Mermaid, because when my daughter was like 3 or 4 years old, she wanted to watch that movie every single day. So I watched that with her every day for months. But as far as just on my own, the movie that I've seen the most because we saw this with our kids too, but might be Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings, it's almost my favorite movie. But every time I see it, I find another thing that they messed up. A song about family and basketball. Well, I probably should do that. It's just I'd have to figure out what am I going to say about that to make it interesting to be in a song? I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll think about it. Oh, by the way, not that anybody cares, I'm probably not even supposed to mention this, but today I finally joined a TikTok live agency, which probably means nothing to anyone. And it's probably the kind of thing that you're not supposed to tell your fans about that, but they have these things as part of the TikTok Creator Network, and they supposedly help you grow your live audience. I don't know if they're going to do anything for me or whatever, but it doesn't cost anything, so I joined that. The jump shot started, well, it didn't start my life. It didn't start my life. It made me popular, and it made me have like an amazing time at this camp. And then, I don't know if I should continue the stories with the jump shot because, these were the summers of 71 and 72. And then in 73, I mentioned this at the very beginning when I first started talking about the jump shot, but I would lose it. And I don't, like when I had it, I would try to remember exactly, like I'd shoot and I'd try to like burn it into my mind, like the exact motion and exactly so that if I lose it, I'd remember how to get it back, but it didn't work that way. So the following summer, I went back to the same camp, only this time I was a counselor, and I was a bad counselor. I just didn't know how to, have kids listen to me, but also I lost my jump shot. And there were all these new people at the camp. A lot of the old people didn't come back. The head counselor resigned. They brought in a new guy, and all these new counselors came in. And they had a basketball team, and the coach didn't, was a new guy, and nobody remembered me with my jump shot. A lot of the campers did, but I wasn't even a starter on the basketball team that year. And I could not have gone pro because I wasn't tall enough, for one thing. And my jump shot was amazing, but I was not good at dribbling. And I don't know if I was really quick enough to keep up with the really great pro players. But I was, when I was younger, before I had the jump shot, I did okay at basketball because I was tall. So they would just put me at the center, and I would just get rebounds, and I'd take shots and miss them, and then finally I'd make it. I was 5'10" when I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And then, no, I wasn't that tall. I wasn't 5'10" that young. But I was taller, and then I was 5'10" my freshman year of high school, and then I just stopped growing. So there's no way I was going to be a pro basketball player at 5'10". And I never really learned to dribble that well. I could dribble okay with my left hand, but I just didn't practice it. I was practicing my jump shot. I love shooting. I never practiced dribbling with my right hand. And I mentioned in one of my videos that my sophomore year, this is my final year on the high school team, the coach, who was my geometry teacher, decided that I needed to get a quicker release on my jump shot, which was ridiculous because I was able to shoot my jump shot over people who were like even a couple inches taller than me. But by then, by my sophomore year, I was up against guys who were like 6 inches taller than me, and I couldn't shoot over them. But the problem wasn't that my shot wasn't quick enough. The problem was that I couldn't dribble well enough to get in a position to take these shots. But he kept trying to change my jump shot, which is the thing I was good at, and he made no effort to improve the thing that I actually was not good at. What was college life like? Well, I had a problem in college because I was like not popular in high school, and I mentioned in some of my videos, I was bullied. And then, the cool kids, and they were all doing things that I'm not allowed to say on TikTok because I'll get like age restricted. But so I wanted to like impress the cool kids, so I started doing some of those things, and then I ended up doing them too much in college. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do another song because I mentioned earlier that I wrote a song of regret. I don't know if I should do this song because I'm so tired. All right, I'm not going to do it. Sorry for the tease. But keywords. Okay, well, a keyword would be Okay, here's a little arithmetic for you. 419 plus 1. So I did a lot of that in college. And, I went to my dream school. I got accepted to my dream school. I wanted to go to Brown University. When I was a kid, I was a smart kid. And I dreamed someday I'm going to go to Ivy League because that's where all the smart kids go. But then when it was time to apply to college, I didn't really apply to all the Ivy Leagues. But I heard about Brown University. And I'm like, wow, I got to go there. And people were telling me I wouldn't get in, don't bother applying. Even my guidance counselor told me not to bother applying. But I applied anyway. And I got in. And that would have been the place to not do all that kind of stuff. It would have been the place to be a nerd, like the bullies accused me of being. But I was still trying to impress the high school kids while I was in college, which was kind of dumb. But it was still, I studied computer science. I worked really hard in my computer classes. I kind of didn't work as hard as I could have in all of my classes. But when I was really little, I thought about being a scientist. And then when I was in high school, our high school got a computer, but it wasn't an actual computer. It was just a terminal. And this is back in 1972. And you wouldn't believe how primitive this thing was. I mean, lettuce? Why lettuce? So you've heard about punch cards. The old days, they used to have punch cards. Well, we didn't even have punch cards. We had this paper tape. And we had the modem was like, we had a dial-up phone, and there was a little, two holes in this modem where you could insert the dial-up phone, and it communicated by, making beeping sounds with the computer. They communicated by audio. And the speed, now, we have 100 gigabytes per second internet connection, and that's not even the highest speed. My high school computer had a speed of 112 baud, which nobody uses that word anymore, but that meant 112 bits per second. Bits, not even bytes. 112 bits per second is the speed of the computer we had in high school. But I was so fascinated by this thing that, me and a couple of friends formed a computer club, and we used to go to the computer lab every day after school, and I don't know what we did on this thing. And then I decided I wanted to study computer science. So it was actually hard to find a school that taught computer science back then. Not every school had it. But Brown University did, and Duke University did, so those were my first two choices, but Brown was really my first choice. Thanks, but I definitely was not Sigma back then. I had to look that up. Somebody told me I was Sigma, and I had to look it up. Thank you, Juliet, for the follow. But I was definitely not. And I was I was trying so hard to be normal and to impress the cool kids. And yeah, I'm not enough. I have my moments of alphaness, and I have my moments of I have a song that talks about that, actually. My song, Balance. Yeah, I looked it up, and I've had people here tell me that I'm a Sigma, and it's such a huge compliment. Thank you so much. Thanks. Well, I was definitely not the coolest guy ever when I was in high school, or even in college, or even, I don't know, maybe now that I'm in my 60s, I've cultivated coolness finally. So, I keep wanting to play songs, but then I'm like, no, I'm too tired. I don't want to overexert. Back in the dinosaur age. Thanks. Well, I don't know if you heard me do my song. I did it earlier. I don't know if you were here, but I have a song called Young Enough to Know Better, which I did play this evening. So that song, I spent years trying to become a songwriter, and I haven't made it yet. And I'm so glad you're all here, and I have my fans here, but my dream was to have a hit song, and I haven't done that yet. or somehow, you know, make it in the music business. And I I started releasing music when I was 62 years old as an artist. That's like ridiculously old for that, but it's like I'm young enough to know better. Yes, my music is on Spotify. I have stuff on SoundCloud. I don't keep it up to, I guess I have most of my stuff there. But Spotify for sure. There's a link in my bio you can follow. That'll take you to my website, to my Spotify, YouTube, my socials, etc. Well, it's so hard to get people to pay attention. It's so hard to get even like, you know, music promotion is like incredibly difficult. You know, it seems like, oh, now that we have the internet, you don't need record labels because you can reach everybody. But that doesn't really, it doesn't really solve the problem, because there's like so many thousands of musicians trying to reach the same people. And, you know, I guess if you have a lot of money and connections like a label has, they can, you know, get you exposed on all the TV and radio stations and all that stuff, and they can put you on playlists and et cetera, and then they can get you exposed. But it's really hard to do it as just an independent artist on your own. Do I have W Riz? I'm not sure what W Riz is. Riz is charisma, right? I don't know what W Riz is, and I don't know if I can answer that, because how can I say that I have it? That's, yeah, well, you know, I guess some independent labels, it depends on, oh, the ability. Well, I'm married, so, you know, when I was younger, I guess I was told that I was good looking, and women would sometimes approach me, but I would like get anxiety attacks around them, and I was really bad at like having relationships. So, you know, I'd meet somebody and we'd go on a date and it would be great, and then I'd have an anxiety attack, and I just, thank you so much, Diego, for the 3 more roses. Oh, and 2 more roses after that. So, you know, I think the only reason I got married, I probably never would have gotten married, except that I was at a retreat and my wife and I were in a group together. And so we just saw each other. I never had to ask her out. You know, like when I had to ask girls out, I didn't know what to do. But we were just together all the time. 1 or 2, what? I'm sorry, what, Emiliano, what do you want me to say? 1 or 2 what? Oh yeah, I know, because now I'm just chatting. I'm just like, the other day I was actually on for an hour, and then TikTok just dropped me, but, oh. 1. Okay, 1. Because we're number 1. But there's only, oh, so like a coin flip. I hope that number was helpful. I hope I picked the right number. All right, well, anyway, now I'm really getting tired. So I guess I should end the live. And I'll come back as soon as I'm still trying to work up to where I can schedule these things, but you know, I just have to, when I get the energy, just do it then. So I so appreciate you being here, and for all the likes and the follows and the shares and the roses and all the other gifts. And you know, let your friends know about me. Send them my way. Send them to my website or to my profile, and have them follow me also. You know what? I don't do mornings. Even when I didn't have chronic fatigue, I'm not a morning person. But lately, I go to sleep, and I sleep for like 5 or 6 hours before I wake up, and then I wake up, and then I kind of have to be awake for like an hour or so, and then so I eat breakfast, and I go back to bed, and then I usually don't get up until, for real, until like 1 or 2 o'clock. So I don't have mornings. Mornings don't exist for me nowadays. But thank you all for being here. And thank you, Evan. Well, you know, when you say that, it makes my day also. So, and thank you, EMJ, for the like. And thank you, Camilo.